Howdy y'all, it's Mia here. Welcome back to my channel. As you've seen with the beginning of 2026, the year of the horse, we've been consecutively posting horse unboxings, and I've got another one for you. And of course, this one has to do with Spirit Stallion of the Cimarron. We've got the complete collection of the Burger King Spirit Stallion of the Cimarron toys. I actually found them for a really good price on eBay. That's cheap, with all of them together. I was super shocked. So we're gonna unbox them, and if you guys follow my TikTok or my YouTube shorts, we already unboxed Little Creek in honor of my interview with Lorna Cook from Spirit Stallion of the Cimarron. She's the director. I also met the real life Spirit the horse from Return to Freedom Sanctuary. Check out that vlog. But after I opened Little Creek, I was like, I want to unbox all of them new in packaging, because I don't know where I was. I was born in 2001. I don't know why my mom didn't take me to Burger King to get all these toys, because I would have went ballistic. But I feel like it was meant to be for it to happen now, because I'm 24. I'll appreciate them more, and we've got an audience to share them with. So I'm super excited. And if you're excited, don't forget to like and subscribe, join the herd, take off your saddle, we're free spirits, and let's get started. So these are the 4 that we're going to be unboxing. Burger King only came with 4 characters. This is what the packaging looks like. It has the iconic Spirit Stallion of the Cimarron logo in blue. If you are 2 years old, you can't play with us. Okay, Burger King, you came in clutch, because if you want an alternate toy besides the one that you got, they'll give it to you. This is actually true for McDonald's, because I remember vividly begging for all of the chipmunks and chipettes from the Alvin and the Chipmunk line from McDonald's, and I have a core memory of my mom pulling up to the window saying, "Can I have Brittany and Jeanette?" And they actually gave it, so I love that they were generous. Oh, to the parents watching, we have a message for you. As with any toy, we suggest you provide guidance and supervision to your children regarding proper use of this toy, and keep bag out of reach. This toy is not for resale. It was made in China and manufactured for Burger King. And wow, it's so crazy seeing 2002 here. I was 1 year old. I guess that's why my mom didn't take me to Burger King, but I'm sure this was a time going in that drive-thru getting one of these. And then we got the Burger King logo. And this is the back. So these are called virtual vision scopes. And when you open it up, freaking Shrek. You can buy one, get one free when you buy one of these great DreamWorks videos or DVDs. Alright, but where's Spirit? But sadly, shipping's not included, and your chance went away on June 30th, 2002. Don't hate the messenger, hate the Shrek. Oh, on the back, you can do an official mail-in certificate. Should I fill this out and mail them? I wonder if their P.O. box changed. Actually, I'm gonna think about it. So we got the kernel. So you place the viewer card on the base to display, or place in slot to view 3D movie images, and you can move his head, arms, and waist to create an action pose. And once you look in, it's a 3D image, and you have 4 to collect. And this is my application to become a Burger King's big kid. Wait, this comes with a lot. You'll get wild games in the mail, free hamburger kids meal on your birthday. If you're between 4 to 12, all you have to do is fill out the form and mail it. Dang, I got a lot of mail to mail today, man. It's that easy. You'll get your own personalized membership kit with lots of fun, fantastic stuff, and totally free. Also, y'all forgot the IT. These are the 2 cards of the vision scope scenes. So we've got the military stable, and on the bottom is 2 pictures for your 2 eyes. It's Spirit about a rock kernel, and then you've got to flip it upside down to see the other image. One of my favorite scenes is Murphy getting chomped up and hit. Then we've got the start of my favorite scene, the cannon scene. On the bottom is when they captured Spirit, and sadly the other one where he is abusing Spirit. Fetch my crappin' spurs, shut up. Behind the base, we have my favorite all-time scene, the whole canyon scene. One of my dreams, now that I've met Spirit, is to now horseback ride in the Grand Canyon and just physically feel what that's like, the scenery and everything. We don't need the jump and all that, or the guns, but we just love to see this in person. We've got the 3 Stooges down here. Ew, I don't want to look at you up close. On the back of this, we've got the outside of the base. We got Spirit blowing his hot breath in his face, and again with him abusing Spirit. So these are going to make us quite depressed. This is the base to the vision scopes. We got holes and dirt and gravel, and on the front is where your eyeballs go. It also comes with a fence, which is nice. Ew, bro, I'm uncomfortable. Like, why are you in my house? We've got the Colonel with his derpy looking eyes, his stupid beard, stupid chin hair, and his middle part. He's got his stupid uniform on with his stupid shoulder pads and stupid buttons, his stupid boots with his stupid riding pants, but he's buff. Like the pamphlet said, he can turn his head. Yeah, watch your back, because my horse is about to be unboxed. I wish this is what happened to Colonel at the end of the movie. And his hands that he doesn't know how to keep to himself can also do a 360. And he can move like Shakira. move them hips. So he's got 4 parts of articulation, and he's in a riding position because obviously you can put him on the horses. So there's 2 pegs here for the fence, and then there's also 2 pegs here that the Colonel can use to stand on. This is like definitely the fence that Spirit broke and crashed him on. So this is Colonel sitting on his base, and then this slit on the back is for you to put your scenery in. Not only is it cool for looking through, you have this whole setup, but it also creates a nice backdrop scenery. So if you want to display them, they'll look really cool. So the only thing you have to do is when you put it in, you'll have to flip each one upside down because the pictures on the top and bottom switch places. I'm literally getting angry at the sight of him. You know what? I will say that they actually are 3D. Like, the characters in the front are very up in your face and clear, while the background literally looks like it's distant and far away. So good job, Burger King. It gets easier from here on out. It's our favorite characters. For Little Creek, it's the same thing. He can stand on his base. However, he doesn't have a fence with him. Why did the Colonel get an extra accessory? He could have had a tent with him. Anyway, he has the same points of articulation as well. So the first backdrop is his home. The first picture is Spirit and Little Creek escaping the train fire. The second is him being recaptured, but by the good guys. The second picture is the water that Spirit saved Little Creek and Rain in. And the first one is Little Creek sitting by the water before Spirit dunks him in. The second one is his iconic move of putting the twig there so that Ryder could fall off. On the back of the waterfall is the beautiful trees that Rain and Spirit ran across. And we've got the iconic scene of Spirit knocking out Murphy once again. And of course, we can't forget the iconic jump. On the back of his home, we've got the fence that Rain clocked Spirit for the first time, and he had his apples. Oh my god, wait, so many great things happen here. He got his bit removed. He let Little Creek pet him for the first time. We've got Spirit and Little Creek busting out of the base. And then we've got the scene where Little Creek opened the fence, which it's such a complicated heart scene. This is Little Creek's base. It has the same holes as the Colonel's did, the slit, and this was like the log that Spirit's chain got stuck on. This really looks like the part like he cut off. That's so cool. And then his pegs are right here for his feet to be on. And we've got the icon Little Creek. When I say that growing up with this movie made me so radical, I am so grateful. We talked about Native American representation in my interview with Lorna Cook, and it's so impactful how this movie shaped my view on Native Americans and even my own distaste for how the US has treated them and horses. Like, this movie made me anti-gun. It made me a human rights activist, animal activist, and advocator for all, like, just from a simple horse girl movie, which actually isn't that simple. I think people assume that, but it really is such a deep movie that honestly I would show all kids to grow up with, to get an idea of the country that we're growing up in, the history, and just to teach them overall empathy for humans and animals alike. Anyway, we got Little Creek here, and the gap between his chest and his neck is like cracking me up. I feel like his head could just come off at any moment. He's ripped as he is in the movie, and the outfits are actually very movie accurate too. Burger King had such high quality. He has his pigtails, which he does in the movie. I kind of wish they were like laid over his shoulder like they usually were. Arms ripped, and they're articulated just like the Colonel's. They can do a 360. And his arms are actually in different positions, which is nice. He's in kind of a different pose. Now, one thing that actually is hard is him turning his head because his hair. And I'm kind of scared to turn all the way because it's stopping him and I don't want to take his head off. He can also twist his hips like Shakira. So now let's attach his feet to the peg. This is Little Creek on his base, ready to advocate for his horses, and the slit to put the backgrounds on is right behind him. Wait, I have to concentrate. We're about to do the jump. Now we're moving on to the horses. I'm so excited. Yo, this ain't Rain, that's Brain. Sadly, her hips don't lie, neither does her neck, but all 4 of her legs move. Just like Little Creek, it also features the teepees as one of her backdrops. We've got Rain and Little Creek playing, and then we've got the iconic apple scene where they share. On the back is her homeland from a distance. We've got them tied up. Watch the unboxing I did where I unboxed the Spirit blockbuster figures, and I actually tied them up and it was so funny. And then one of the most beautifully animated scenes, them swimming in the water. And then we've got another landscape of her homeland in the fall time. Of course, we got to include Rain, Clock, and Spirit. I hope when I put these on, I feel her in my face screaming at me. And then we've got the iconic eyeshadow flash from the tango scene. And then on the back, I believe this is Spirit's homeland. And we've got another beautiful picture from the swimming scene. And Spirit and Rain finally home. Rain is gonna be eating good tonight. Look at all this grass. And look at the little hoof prints. And this one's like very thick. Like I feel like I'm holding a burger. And then we've got Rain. Let's free her feet. I absolutely love this figure. I am more of a fan of small horse toys with no brushable mane. I love when they're molded like this. And this is such high quality. The airbrushing of her socks, beautiful. The accuracy of her paint mare body, perfect. The paint job on her bald face, beautiful. I even love that they got the animator's outline of the muzzle. Can't tell she's smiling. I think she's just like in a neutral face. Her nostrils are pink. She's got her pretty blue eyes. I kind of love the aesthetic of no pupil. Like, very cute still. And the same pink is inside her ears. She's got her iconic feather and her beautiful blonde mane with the texture of the paint on it. And then we got her tail. She hype. It's straight up. It can actually move though too. The other points of articulation are her legs. They can go up. That's as far as that goes. And that's as far as it goes down. Yo, she literally said stop. Spirit, let me teach you some manners. Let's see if this girl can kick. That's as far back as it goes up, but oh, that's as far as it goes back this way too. This one barely moves. And I'm not trying to pull them off. The hind legs aren't as flexible as the ones in the front. Broken or no? And all her hooves have pegs except this one because it's a little lifted. It doesn't need a peg. She is just gorgeous. I love her. I'm obsessed. And what's nice is when you play with these, you can have her interact with her base, eat some grass. This is Rain on her base. She's not as secure, but like because these are so old and they're so precious to me, I'm being very delicate and gentle, so I'm not forcing it. But her back leg is in, and I think this one is too. Now let's see her with her different backdrops.
She was charming in a stubborn, irritating kind of way.
And finally, we're gonna free the Mustang of the West. Oh wait, this one was already kind of open for us. And that's not Spirit, that's Ghost. He's got the same articulation as Rain. I used to literally recreate this part in the playground with my friends. And I'd be like, hold on guys, the line's on my back. But Spirit steps in and shuts it down. And we've got the iconic eagle, which, fun fact, if you read the book, she's a girl. Spirit is for the girls. On the other side, we've got the realization that he's heading towards his homeland. I love that they included baby Spirit in the snow. It would have been so iconic to have him at the part where he's going down but the snow's coming up to look like the snow's about to splash at you like he did with the herd. And then we've got the two icons racing. One of my dreams in life is to just full gallop bareback. I'm not ready for that yet, but I hope I can get there one day. And then we've got the queen, the eagle herself. We've got Spirit and Esperanza, and Spirit saving Rain. I can't wait to see how the water looks. And on the other side is his iconic hill. When I went to return to Freedom Sanctuary to meet the real Spirit, I was standing on a hill like this, observing the herds down below, and in that moment I wanted to cry. If you saw the video, there's literally a cloud with like a hole in it with light shining on me. It's one of the most powerful images I have. And that hill, I was like, this is literally how Spirit felt. We've got another baby Spirit and his iconic icicle and Spirit on his herd. I also can't wait to relive this 3D. I hope I feel the breeze. We've got another patch of grass, kind of like Rain. This one has all 4 hoof prints, but they're facing the other way, so if you display them, you can have them look at each other. It's got the slit for the photos, and it's got some shrubs and rocks, very similar to Rain and the hamburger. He looks jolly AF. Dude, he busted out of these two already. He's so Spirit. I wonder how long it took for Spirit to actually have his horseshoes fall off when he went back to the wild. Unless Little Creek got them off, but I wonder how he would do that. Here we've got Spirit, Stallion of the Cimarron. He's got very well gradient and airbrushing, just like Rain. And I love when the toys are accurate with the legs and the muzzle being a lighter color than the mane. He's in his beautiful buckskin coat. I've learned to appreciate these characters so much after Lorna Cook's interview, even her sharing the reason why they chose this particular type of Mustang, the 𝙬𝙬 Mustang. Definitely watch that interview. Everything was just so intentional and mindful. I loved it. And he's got his tail, and look how long his mane is. It's so luscious. When I met him in real life, the mane is so thick that it's heavy. And when he throws his head and it goes everywhere, my god, if I could literally take his mane and put it in my hair, I really would, because he's got some locks. Of course, you can't have Spirit without his iconic eyebrows. And this dude is smiling. Yeah, he knows he's free. But let's talk about his chest. It's buff. This dude is built. This is Dwayne The Rock Johnson. Just like Rain, his legs aren't articulated. They move much better than Rain's does. This is as far back as this one goes, but you could bring it to the front like this. And this is as far as this one goes, and you could bring this one up. Oh my gosh, stop. He's doing the jump, bro. Or he's doing a kick. Or he's sleeping. He can finally relax after all that trauma, get rocked. And then, of course, his tail can do a 360 as well. You know what I think about? I bet Spirit felt so good munching on the grass of his homeland when he was back home. Like, he was probably like, this foliage is different, and he's got pegs to put his hooves in. He was actually super easy to put on. The only thing is this hoof looks a little crooked and that one's not going in, but the rest went in very smoothly. Oh my gosh, this is literally Spirit on his iconic hill. Now let's check out the backdrop and pics. Not the eagle about to swoop in underneath him. When I was a little girl, I watched Spirit every single day. Not an exaggeration. I would go downstairs, that was my routine, and watch every single day. I would cry, and then I had this life-size horse foam like statue. It was like plush, and it looked just like Spirit without the socks or the dark muzzle, but I would hug it like Little Creek would with Spirit. Anyway, I ran that DVD so much the film was like coming off, and I had to get a new one. But you know what won't come off that I could rewatch a bunch of times? These scenes. And bro, the scene of Spirit carrying Rain through the water, it looks phenomenal. Like, you literally see some of the layers of the splashes coming at you versus like the backdrop. I don't know how to explain it, but it's really good. One cool thing you could do with these figures is once you have the whole set, the characters can ride. This would look beautiful displayed. He can ride his girl Rain. Now her back isn't as wide as Spirit's, so he slips off a little. The iconic trio together, it ended up being a duo actually. Little Creek ended up being the third wheel, but ew bro, you can put the Colonel on Spirit, but he would not survive bareback. Since you'd be relying on them crop and spurs, he'll never have the privilege of riding Spirit bareback. That's why he can't even sit deeply. A horse has gotta do what a horse has gotta do. This is one of them times. Oh my god, stop. There we go. He can also ride Rain, which, ew, I never want to see this, bro. That's why he's wobbling and shifting. Little Creek would definitely go feral. Thank you, Rain. It is so cool, though, that you can have the different characters interact with one another. The bases with the horses, Spirit and Rain are facing one another, and both of the humans can ride. In another world, though, maybe they get along. Oh my god. It's like an enemies to lovers, and he actually teaches the Colonel how to respect animals. For display purposes too, you can have them like on other bases, like Spirit attached to the post, him knocking that fence down. You can have Rain curse him out like she did in the movie across the fence. Actually, she more did it like this. Act up again and watch what happens. Actually, I really like this fence. You can even have Little Creek sit on it like he did in the movie. And of course, have Little Creek save the day by saving Spirit from the log. One of my favorite scenes ever is just the iconic Little Creek and Spirit hug. It was absolutely so beautiful, and a hug from a horse is just so healing. Did it ever make anyone mad that he never hugged Rain, bro? Here, I'm gonna satisfy that. Like, that was his girl. He just took the feather, but she deserved her hug too. As you know, in all my Spirit unboxings, we always have to do this. The iconic rubbing muzzle scene. I love Rain's Roman nose. I used to wonder as a kid why her like muzzle or face was arched, and I've met a horse that actually has like a Roman nose in real life, and it's so pretty. Adds like such a uniqueness to her. Bro hoof. If you know, you know. We can actually compare Spirit and Little Creek to my Breyer versions of them, and they're actually almost the same size. However, their size difference is actually more similar with the Spirit and Lucky Breyer set. And this is the size difference between my Breyer Rain and Little Creek. So these are the Burger King sets all together. I am so impressed with the high quality of a fast food chain's toy. Not only do you get the Vision Pro goggles, you get multiple backdrops that are double-sided, as well as fully articulated and flawlessly painted characters. They don't look cheap. Like, this is something that you could find in a regular place set. And the variation is so nice. I've always wanted this complete set, and I'm so grateful that I finally have them in front of me. I hope you guys enjoyed me unboxing the Spirit Stallion of the Cimarron Burger King toys. I had such a blast. This was so nostalgic, and these Spirit videos are always my favorite to make. And I think beginning my videos in 2026 with horse videos has just, this is a dopamine hit. Let me know if when you were a kid you went to Burger King and what was that experience like going through the drive-thru or walking in and getting these toys. And also stay tuned for more Spirit videos, because you know what also showed up on my eBay? This. We'll be unboxing the Spirit Stallion of the Cimarron Stablemate Breyer set next. So turn on post notifications so you know when this one comes out. And don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and leave comments everywhere. Have a blessed day. Never mind.